IRA reporting for TTNHD Production Live, here with IRA Rubenstein, the Executive VP of Digital Marketing at Fox. How did you get into digital marketing?
Well, I started in film marketing, and during the very, very early days of dial-up internet, I was one of the first people to do some of these downloadable press kits on AOL and Prodigy and things like that, and then kind of slowly expanded and built some of the very first movie websites.
How have things been changing for you in your career as you've gone on?
Well, I guess as I've gone on, the nice part is that people now are more online, and back then very few people actually had a modem. And so as people have now started to use digital media in their everyday life, and so many people are on Facebook and so many people are on Twitter, that it's not this alien thing to them anymore.
Do you find that digital media is helping you in what you're doing?
Well, my responsibility is to figure out via digital media how to reach moviegoers and convince them to go to see the film. So we think there's a very powerful tool in reaching people that way, and many people have cell phones, many people are online, and in part of their everyday lives.
Great. And how would you recommend someone who is coming up and wanting to go into digital marketing, what would you recommend they do to get into it?
Well, I would recommend basically the same I'd recommend to anyone starting any job. You have to have a passion for what you want to do. And as long as you have that passion, then finding out or diving deeper into all the different things that are going on out there isn't a chore, but it's something that you enjoy doing. So for someone starting out right now, the very big space that is very, I think, unknown to people is specifically social. There is a whole next generation of people who are growing up on Twitter and growing up on Facebook as part of their everyday lives, and still for a generation above them, it's still kind of an alien concept to them about how much people share and post of their lives. So someone who wanted to get into this space, I would encourage them just to continue doing what they're already doing daily in their lives, but try to look at and understand, okay, how can I use these tools to market a product or market a film for this instance?
Have you always been so passionate about digital media and marketing?
Yeah, I mean, it's something going way back to my college days, and I was actually thought I was going to be a film producer, and I went to the USC Peter Stark program, and but it was there I had my first opportunity to have a marketing class and actually intern at a marketing department, and that's where I kind of fell in love with the creative aspect of marketing, which kind of like producing, as well as the sales, and then the whole digital part, which I just kind of always grown up around the computer.
Do you think Facebook and Twitter will continue to be huge marketing tools, or do you think things will shift and change? Where do you see the future?
Well, I always believe there's something else around the corner, and I've been around long enough to remember AOL being the thing to do, and when everyone put on their ads AOL keywords, and then it was Yahoo was the big thing, and then it was Google, and then it's Facebook. There's always kind of these communities that evolve, and there's always something else that's coming that generate that community. I think they're different platforms, and they both have pros and cons on how they can sell, in this case, film. But in terms of being consumer focused and having that two-way conversation for any marketer, both are a necessary tool that all companies have to embrace and figure out what is that conversation with the consumer, what are they trying to sell, and listen to hear what the consumers are saying.
Do you think it's been difficult for people to embrace these different modes? Has it taken longer than it should have?
Well, I think all companies take a longer time to change. It's very hard to come off of a successful business model onto a different business model. And when you've had success for many, many years doing something one way, it's hard to move to the different way. And that's why, a lot of these young digital companies that have started up don't have these older businesses that kind of bring them back.
Well, thank you so much, Ira, and best of luck with everything in digital media and marketing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Katie Allman reporting for TTNHD Production.